Food has been the center of our lives since the first humans roamed the earth. Hunting and gathering was the first way of getting food for early humans. The men went out hunting animals such as horses and other cattle, and the women went in search for edible plants that they could eat that day or store for another time. Their camps were relatively small and simple, accommodating about 150 people in one of them. They were not very advanced people because they were always looking for food and did not have time to innovate. As the animals moved, they moved also. Finding food became harder and harder as the animals moved. The early humans could not predict where the animals were going, so wherever they went, there was a chance that they would not be able to find food. It also began to get more complicated gathering because the women came in contact more and more with poisonous plants as they moved. About 10,000 years ago, the civilization Cataluyuk became the first permanent civilization in the world. The people of Cataluyuk figured out how to grow their own plants, including wheat and fruits. They also domesticated animals to help them on farms and to eat. They used animal hides for clothing and animal bones for sculptures and to decorate religious shrines. They did not have to move around with the animals now and did not have to spend all day looking for food. They had more time to innovate their civilization, and their ideas spread to other early humans. Their towns and cities now accommodated about 5,000 to 8,000 people. As our civilization developed, our farming methods became more and more complex, but we built off of what our ancestors taught us. We began to domesticate more animals, such as cows and chickens, and we began growing things like fruits, vegetables, and a variety of other things. We also found out easier ways to farm with the development of seed spreaders and tractors. Food inequality began as soon as the number of surpluses began to grow. Now with extra food, farmers could trade it for things like tools, clothing, and household items. This was the beginning of our modern-day economy. Trading became more and more popular, and the people with more food were considered the richest. Now that finding and having enough food was no longer much of a problem, the people of the earliest days began to innovate and create things we still use today, like a law system, writing, and farm tools. Food inequality has had an impact on our state and on the world. Now that fresh food prices have risen, most people rely on fast foods such as McDonald's or Burger King. Their cheap prices attract customers, but the customers sometimes don't realize how bad fast food is for them. A lot of Rhode Islanders, however, do not have a choice between organic foods and fast food. When you can get more for $5 at McDonald's than at Whole Foods, there isn't much discussion about what you should choose if you're feeding your whole family with a low income. There are many things we can do to end food equality in Rhode Island and the world. We can promote local food so they don't have to charge so much and allow people living off low incomes to access healthy local food. Food stamps can help support families, and they can consider buying more organic than fast food. There are many things we can do to end food equality, and everything starts with just one step.